Hi everyone! I think contouring is epically important. I think whenever I'm putting on my face makeup, it is the step that really makes a difference. And I don't know if it's true for everyone, but for me, I can't go without it. I really think contouring is a lot about just enhancing the natural features of your face. Of course, you can't really do like plastic surgery with contouring like a lot of people say. If you have just like a big brown stripe or a big contrasting color on your face, it's not really gonna look right. It's gonna look weird. It's not gonna look natural. It's gonna look like makeup. And I try to stay away from that. Of course, sometimes that happens because I tend to overdo things. But I just wanted to share with you how I do it and my favorite product for doing contouring right now. I already have most of my face makeup on. I have eye makeup from earlier in the day, which desperately needs retouching. On my lips, I have the NYX Tinted Lip Spa in Vintage. Looks like this. It's actually pretty pigmented, which is surprising. I'd never used it before. I have the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, oil-free in Nude. The e.l.f. High Definition Powder, Setting Powder. The Smashbox Halo Glow Color Booster Powder, and I kind of just use that all over as like just warming me up. Sort of a bronzer. I don't know, I'm kind of in need of a new bronzer. I look really white right now. Oh, and before all that, I used the Urban Decay Complexion Primer Potion. Just all over, just a little bit. And, oh, also for, kind of mixed up, sorry. Also, for my concealer, I used the Makeup Forever Full Cover. My next step after my Halo Glow would be my contour. Got my hair secured, it's all out of the way, and I use a L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder, and it is very obviously a very different shade than my natural color, and it's just a powder. It's not a blush. I used to use the NYX blush in Taupe, and that really worked for me, and I think other people use that as well. But I was looking to replace that, and I saw this, and I was like, this is a lot more. It's probably not going to break. The NYX would always break on me, and I just can't deal with that. And this is in Cappuccino, which is a neutral, because they put their colors in the warm, neutral, and cool. And I felt like neutral would be the best. I think that neutral or cool would be your best bet if you were looking for a contour shade. I just got lucky on this one. This one works really well for me. I am using a brush I got from Hot Look. It is a NYX B25 contour cheek brush. It's pretty thick. I used to use a Sonia Kashuk one and it was a little bit thinner, but this one seems to work great. I just tap a little bit in, top it off, and the first place I go to is kind of, I think of this as the corner of my face. I'll brush that on. I brush it right into the hairline. But I don't come down to the temple because my face naturally dips right there, and then it's my cheekbone, and I don't want to make that look smaller. The idea is you put a darker color where you want something to look smaller, and you put a lighter color where you want to highlight it and bring it out and make it look larger. Like black pants make you look skinny, and white pants make you look less skinny. So I'm just going in, this kind of just, I mean, this is where the sun would hit me. This is just making my forehead just look a tiny bit more slender. And then I also go across the top just a little bit. I even pinch it a little bit and just brush that across. It just does the exact same thing. I go to the other side. and you can already see it's like a little bit of a just different color. You might think this is weird, but honestly, try it out and it really will make a difference. Alright, the next spot that I go into is contouring my cheeks, which I think is very common. Everybody wants a defined cheekbone, and for me, I really think that you need to go with what you naturally have and just enhance that. I can see, just very naturally, I can see, I'm not sure if you can see the shadow. I have just a little bit of a shadow, so I just go straight into that. I turn away from, or kind of to the side of the mirror, and I can see right where that darker spot is, and I kind of pinch it, and I start to chisel in right there. And the idea is to go up, and I don't ever go, you know, all the way in. I start about halfway into my cheek, if that makes sense, because I have kind of parentheses right here, and I don't want to define that at all because that's not something that I like. So I'm just blending upward, because if you blend downward, it's going to make your face look bleh. And I don't want that. Of course, I don't think anybody wants that. It kind of helps if you make a little, like, prissy face, kind of like that. That's how I think of it. I'm just blending upward. And my next spot that I go into is along my jawline. I have a little bit of a trouble spot right here. So I had surgery, and my jawline is a little bit uneven. So this helps out a lot. I'll show you on this side. I look up, and you see where that naturally is just darker. Well, I want to kind of straighten that out. I try not to go too heavy on this because it's just going to look weird having like a dark spot where it's supposed to not be dark. So it's kind of like a little bit of an optical illusion. I don't know. So just go in this way, and you want to stay away from there. You want to go straight into where it looks like it should be dark. You want to blend down a little bit, because it can't just be a stripe. That would be totally weird. I'm totally self-conscious about that. I can't believe I'm putting this in a video. I wasn't blessed with a very defined jawline, so this just helps, and I think a lot of people would benefit from that. A lot of people would benefit from doing it, but I think a lot of people would appreciate the benefits that it does have whenever you define right here. Another spot that I like to hit is on the sides of the nose. I think a lot of people have problems with their nose. I think my nose is a little bit like a triangle, like, I don't know. I don't want to get ridiculous. You just want to go pretty light on this, or I personally like to go a little bit light. So I just tap it just a little bit. I pinch it on this one, and I just go right down the sides, because I highlight right here whenever I'm doing my foundation or, you know, concealer or whatever, and then I just go in the areas where I did not highlight and just add a little shadow. It just makes your nose look a little bit more skinny. And I kind of V in, which is one of those Marilyn Monroe tricks. And if you ever feel like you over contoured, just go over it with your powder, and it is easily fixable. I like it to look like it's going up like that, because it's not quite that kind of nose. It's very straight. It has a little tiny bump, but it's kind of large at the bottom. So I like to make it look like it, you know, comes up like this. The last spot that I really like to contour is just a tiny bit, again, pinched. I guess the thinner one, the Sonia Kashuk one, would be better, but I can work with this. You see where it's like a natural shadow right there? I just enhance that. And the idea is that it makes, you see the difference? It makes it look like your lower lip is so big and so wonderful that it is casting a shadow onto your chin. So I know it sounds ridiculous, but I think it looks good, and it's a a pretty cool trick. Okay, so I am done with contouring. And I guess you see me before and after. I think it makes a huge difference. I really, really love it. It just kind of breaks up the just, I'm wearing foundation and I'm all one color, like a Simpsons character or something. And it kind of brings you to life a little bit. I think I was looking really pale, and this isn't kind of like a all over bronze look. I think it just enhances what I've already got going on. The next and last thing that I would do for my skin, not my eyes of course, is my blush. I'm going to use, of course this doesn't really have to do with contouring, but I mean, of course I could go without blush like this, but I think that, I mean, I just love blush. I am using the Blushable Cream Stick, or NYC. It's in Big Apple Blush. I think I just got this from CVS. It's very inexpensive, and it's just a light pinky mauve color. It comes off like pretty pink. And I just kind of put that right on top of the outsides of my cheekbones. And I blend that with my fingers. And I could just go like this, like use my model in a bottle and then just go. But I just got Coralista, so I'm going to be using that. It's Coralista by Benefit. It looks like that. And I am using a red ginger brush. Pretty cute. I made a video about this. I'll put a link like right here. I got a whole brush roll. It's like pretty cheapy. I'm kind of enjoying it. I mean, I haven't had any problems with it. I think it's just a pretty generic brush roll. Okay, so I'm just getting a little bit of that because this is pretty intense blush. And I'm just putting that mainly on the apples of my cheeks, but also kind of blending it back. Alright, so that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye! Just cause you like, ugh. But I just tapped just a tiny bit because you can go too hard on this and you will look like you had a bad nose job. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I thought I was gonna sneeze. Okay.